it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your September 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Yes, as you can see from my background, I'm still in Poland, still in Eastern Europe, although I will be back in the States by the middle of September. Still working the same as always, though, as those of you who follow my channel regularly know, I travel quite a bit, but I work the same no matter where I travel to, thanks to the internet these days. So thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes, for all your support, your feedback and comments. They're wonderful. Keep them coming. Thank you to my regular clients as well for allowing me to be a continuing part of the unfolding of the chapters of your life. And for those of you who continue to keep me so busy wherever I'm at with personal one-on-one readings, it's always a pleasure and an honor to read for you. If any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About or Description button for more information and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time for recorded or live readings is almost always within a 1 to 2 week period of time, and I can usually get back with you within the first day of initial contact. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. I do a wide variety of different types of readings and spreads, love and romance, of course, compatibility charting, year overviews, career overviews, monthly and biweekly readings for those of you interested in package deals. I also do channeled messages from passed on loved ones as well. So these are general readings. There's many of you watching, so of course they're not going to mean the same, resonate the same in the same areas of your life or the same degree of an intensity because there's so many of you watching and everyone's different, of course. Check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may play out a little more predictively for you than your sun sign video. And watching all three, if you can, often gives additional insight and clarity into what's going on in your life. So we're looking at the month of September 2017, the whole month, so I'll be pulling 2 cards for each week, time being somewhat fluid, as I always say, with a 9th card from the bottom of the deck for crowning energy and guidance, utilizing the Gilded Tarot by artist Ciro Marchetti, which is my favorite deck for general readings. So this reading is for the water sign of Pisces for September 2017. Let's see what's going on with our lovely mercurial fish. Pisces, we have the 7 of Cups, followed by the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot, followed by the Devil. We have the 6 of Wands, followed by the King of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the 9 of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the 2 of Pentacles. Like a lot of the signs so far, even though I am recording these in the last week of August, more of a contemplative inner month, which seems to be the case for a lot of signs, a lot of energy about kind of being internal, contemplating things. Some of you, it's endings and beginnings, basically decision making. Not a lot of action, it doesn't look like for the month of September for a lot of the signs, but a very important month anyway because of the consideration and potential changes which are going on an internal level, which always means growth, wisdom, and evolution of our beings, which is why we're here. Pisces, it looks like for you, there's some internal struggles about whether to stick with something or be very impulsive and spontaneous, which is easy for you to do being the lovely, fluid, mercurial, dreamer, water sign that you are. I think if Pisces, the conventional, stereotypical Pisces has maybe, any challenges, it's in staying the course and following through with something, particularly if it's something you don't feel all that plugged into. Because you're such lovely, emotional, creative spirits. So we begin with the 7 of Cups, followed by the 8 of Pentacles. So Cups is water energy, your energy, Pisces. The strange glare on this card. You can see that on this card are sorry, Pisces, it's almost better if I turn it upside down. No, it's not. Okay. You can see that there's 7 cups on this card, and each of these cups is filled with what represents That's not any better either. Sorry, Pisces, it's just not happening. 7 cups. Each of them is filled with what represents potential. But it's almost impossible potential, impossibly perfect, impossibly beautiful. Sometimes this card can represent multiple options or opportunities. Sometimes it can represent fantasy, distraction, illusion, needing to be more focused, grounded, and intentional, needing to choose a path and stick to it. And it's paired with the Eight of Pentacles, which is a different sort of energy. It's earth energy versus water. The Eight of Pentacles is what I call my worker bee card. It can be the artisan card too. It's the card that speaks of slow, steady, determined, perseverance work. Sometimes a lot of work, staying up early, going to bed late, working overtime. Some of you may be working very hard. There's a goal, a dream, a vision, which is what this man is working towards, and he's been pretty successful so far. 10s represent completion or fulfillment energy, so we're at the 8 already. He's built up already a pretty good, solid, stable foundation for himself, regardless of what he's working on represents for you or what area of your life, Pisces. But it's determination, keeping one foot in front of the other, and keeping focused on your goals as well. But it can be a card of repetitive work, repetition, and paired with the 7 of Cups, which is an opposite, almost contradictory sort of energy. You know, this daydreaming, fantasy, illusion, considering different possibilities, multiple possibilities. It looks like we're ending August and going into September. Some of you may be feeling a bit burnt out with what you're doing. Some of you may be tired of your job or career. Let's see what we have here in terms of elemental energy. We've got 4 pentacles, actually, an abundance of pentacles, a couple of cup cards, 1 wands, and 2 major arcana. So pentacles is earth energy, and it often manifests in the earthly areas of our life, the day-to-day concrete world we live in, things we can see and touch and feel, like money, finances, property, resources, job, assets, etc. You have a lot of that energy in your spread. I feel like some of you may be really tired with your job, career, a project you're invested in. For those of you who aren't working, it just may be the day-to-day humdrum minutia of your life. Some of you may be a bit overworked, working too hard, just tired of whatever it is your day-to-day routine is, and you may be indulging into some fantasy, some daydreaming, thinking, I want to do something different with my life, I'm so tired, and kind of just considering maybe going off and doing something different, doing something crazy, being spontaneous and impulsive, you know, following any one of the millions of dreams that you almost always have in your head because you have that lovely, creative, artistic, go with the flow, turn on the speed of a dime kind of energy. So it looks like we're coming into September kind of maybe just tired of whatever it is the day-to-day existence of your life looks like. So next to that, and this energy there may just be this conflict within you about that. So next to that, we have a pretty powerful and interesting combination of major arcana cards. We have the Chariot and the Devil. So the Devil is about imbalance, significant, profound imbalance, because it's a major arcana card. So the energies are ramped up, fingers of the divine, as I call them, energies of God's spirit, the universe, and guides, are really significant messages. The Devil is a card fundamentally of imbalance. It can be a card of addiction, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, shopping, working, a variety of things. It can represent very strong temptations, temptations of indulgence and decadence. It can represent unhealthy relationships, too much power and control issues, the scales being out of whack, too much attention and focus in one area or obsession in one area to the detriment and exclusion of others. On an energetic level, just fundamental, huge imbalance, things being out of whack. Now, the Chariot, on the other hand, is a different energy. This is an energy of not of inertia or being stuck in something. It's a card actually of powerful, successful forward movement. It's a card that calls on you to be focused, stay focused on your goals, determined, perseverance. It's a strong echo of the Eight of Pentacles, that keeping one foot in front of the other. This is success which comes from staying focused on your goals, not letting anything get in your way, pulling together the resources you need, being responsible, accountable, assertive, utilizing your determination, perseverance, dedication, whatever vision or goal you have, and keep moving forward no matter what gets in your way. Almost of winning through refusal to give up, sheer determination, just kind of blowing right through any obstacles, but staying focused and determined on your goals. So Again, it feels like for a lot of you, whatever area of your life this is reflected in, although I think for the majority of you, if it's not specifically job and career or tangible project, it may just be the day-to-day routine of your life right now. There's just something about it. It's just it feels like there's this wanting to break out kind of energy, break out of what you're doing, because some of you may just be working too much, too hard. Some of you may just need a break, may just need to get away. But it feels like there's this really strong temptation to just break out and leave behind what you have been focused on doing. And I feel like for most of you, although this may not be the case for all of you, for most of you, the advice here is to try and stay focused. You know, maybe to take another look at your long-term goals, which is ideally why you're doing what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Ask yourself if those goals haven't changed, then maybe again, some of you just need to get away. You just need to take a break. Some of you, I feel, are involved in some kind of project of some kind, whether it's a specific project at work or something that lies outside of a day-to-day 9-to-5 job. You may be involved in something which has just taken a lot out of you. Some of you, it may be a course of study or university even. It feels like you're nearing the end of it and you're just experiencing just fatigue. I'm just getting this sense of fatigue. It's almost just like you want to throw your hands up in the air and just walk away from it. But I really feel like you're being cautioned not to do that, just to stay the course a little bit longer. And it feels like the majority of you actually do. Whatever it is that you've been working on actually pays off, including resisting the temptation to just kind of break out of it. Because next to that, we have a great combination of cards. We have the Six of Wands, followed by the King of Cups. So the Six of Wands, fire energy here, very dynamic energy. It's all about creating and manifesting and building. It's all about change and movement. This is a card of victory and triumph and success, which usually comes after a struggle or a challenge or a quest of some kind. This man went off to achieve something, slay a dragon, rescue a princess, get his degree, whatever it might mean for you, complete a major project. And he has been successful. He's riding back into town triumphant. He's receiving praise and cheers and accolades. He's prancing on his horse. It can also be a card of public recognition as well. I'm actually just getting a message here that this is an actual overcoming of an actual addiction of some kind, whether it's drug and alcohol addiction or addiction of another kind, breaking some kind of really negative, harmful self-patterns in your life. Really, maybe around mid-month or September in general represents a time period for you, or a milestone period for you, of being free from this, of struggling to overcome, to free yourself from something. It could even be an unhealthy codependent relationship. And you have successfully and are successfully overcoming this in spite of the major temptations that have been in front of you. You have triumphed over all of that. So good for you. That's a wonderful feeling. That Six of Wands is paired with the King of Cups, which I'm feeling for the majority of you is you. This represents a water sign individual, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, showing up as a king, but it's a general reading, so we can't really be gender specific here. It could be female as well. This is somebody who is, Cups is water energy, your energy, and it's reflective in the emotional feelings, relationship part of our life. And kings and queens represent individuals who've reached the mastery of their suit. So the King of Cups is somebody who's really emotionally grounded. He's kind of matured beyond the page, the knight energy, and he's reached a point where he's also nicknamed sometimes the King of Cool. He's sometimes depicted as sitting on his throne in other tarot decks in the middle of a body of water, and all around him the water is very choppy and wavy and turbulent, but he's just kicking back on his throne, cool, calm, serene. He's able to keep his head even when other people are losing them. In the midst of a chaotic situation, he's able to kind of pinpoint things and stay emotionally grounded. On an emotional level, he's loving, nurturing, giving, always knows the right thing to say, makes a great partner, very emotionally in tuned and balanced individual as well. And paired with the Six of Wands, again, I'm getting this sense of having triumphed over something, having come through something. And the nature of this, of course, the specifics of how this plays out in your life and what area of your life it plays out in is going to vary because there's so many of you watching, but the energy remains the same. You've completed something, you've reached a milestone in something, you've come through something. I think there have been a lot of temptations along the way. I think you've been experiencing fatigue and burnout, but you have overcome all of these challenges anyway, and you're sitting pretty. You may even be getting some public recognition for it, whatever it is as well. Now, at the end at the end of September 2017, we have another great combination of cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles along with the Nine of Pentacles, so more earth energy here. So knights are the bringers, the deliverers. They typically represent offers or opportunities coming in, usually powerfully at a pretty great speed, although out of all four of the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest because he's governed by earth, but he's also the steadiest. This is about, again, attention to detail, putting one foot in front of the other, being responsible, being accountable, getting the job done, seeing the job through, even when it may feel like it's dragging you down or being very humdrum. As an offer opportunity, it could be tangible in nature. It could be a job offer. It could be whatever this completion is or this milestone point that you've reached. It's opening up other avenues and other offers and opportunities for you, which at least on a financial, material, physical sense, seem to hold a lot of potential as well. It's paired with the Nine of Pentacles, which is great too, which is a card of abundance, prosperity. It can be a card of wealth. It's a card of having, again, come through quite a bit, worked very hard to build up a solid, stable foundation for yourself, and being at a place in life where you feel really good about yourself, about what you've done, about what you've built up for yourself, enjoying the fruits of your labors, which is what this woman is doing. She is in her beautiful garden. She's dressed in this beautiful gown, looks like it's silk. She obviously has the resources to take good care of herself. She's surrounded by things which imply a sense of luxury or comfort, and this card represents independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, because all of the things that this woman is enjoying, she's earned herself. Nobody's handed anything to her on a silver platter. She's worked very hard, and she's now enjoying the fruits of her labors because of what she invested in it. Again, it feels like Pisces, and for you, I feel like this would be maybe even more significant than some other signs, because water energy tends to be very mercurial and fluid, and sometimes, particularly if you're in something which requires a great deal of investment of time, energy, resources, heart, all of that for a long period of time, when you get burnt out, the temptation can be the compulsion for your water sign is to be fluid, to change, to want to go with things that satisfy maybe more of a creative bent for you, and kind of keeping focused on a goal when you're really tired and worn out can be quite a victory for you. Again, whatever area of your life this resonates in, it looks like you have come through it with banners flying, really triumphant, and kudos to you for all of that, all of you. Particularly those of you for whom you have overcome some major unhealthy pattern in your life. And because it looks like you've reached a point where not only is it opening up other offers and opportunities and avenues, but it's left you in a place of independence, self-sufficiency, and self-empowerment, of really loving where you're at in life, whether you're by yourself or with somebody else. And you've worked hard for this, because unhealthy patterns or addiction or addictive behaviors, whether they're with substances or how we choose to live our life or relationships, they keep us kind of chained and enslaved. And at the end of the month, it shows independence and self-empowerment and self-love. So powerful, powerful month. Even if for some of you this is not as dramatic as that, but it's more just about, wanting to break out of the humdrum day-to-day life that you're doing, but sticking with it anyway and having vast success and being in a place of real comfort at the end of the month because of that, because of what you've resisted and said no to and turned your back on. Your overall energy and guidance is the Two of Pentacles, which can be a card of going back and forth, juggling between two things. It can also represent success that comes from using unorthodox methods as well. And it can be a card that represents stability, duality as well, because it's a two. For some of you, it can represent, just this going back and forth energy more in the first half of the month and the last half of the month. Do I stick with this? Do I give it up and just break out of this? Going back and forth, trying to figure out what to do, what to resist, what to say yes to, what to say no to, but overall coming to a place of stability and empowerment at the end of the month. So beautiful, beautiful reading, Pisces. So that pretty much sums up your September 2017 reading. Thank you for watching. I hope that it has helped bring you some insight and guidance, because that's why we do these readings. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the September 2017 mid-month readings, Pisces. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About or Description button, and you'll see some more information in my email address, which is Maggie_McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again soon, and until then, as always, Pisces, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.